The minor scale is simply another view of the musical spectrum, and the sound that it creates is just a little bit more dark and less happy sounding than the major scale. The minor scale helps us to see clearly the relationship between the two main types of scales in Western music, major and minor. It also helps us to understand another type of chord construction and chord progression construction. The minor scale, just like the major scale, is made up of a series of intervals or spaces between notes. The formula of these intervals can construct a minor scale in any key. Just like the major scale, these intervals are referred to as steps, and to move a whole step means to move 2 notes, and to move a half step means to move 1 note. Let's take a look at the intervals of the minor scale and how it's formed. Here's the interval pattern for the minor scale formula: whole, half, whole, half, whole. From here, let's begin with the example of all 12 notes in the musical spectrum, and we'll use the A minor scale as an example. The notes of that scale will be highlighted along the 12-note musical spectrum. Notice the space between the notes indicate the interval pattern for the minor scale. This example takes you from A to the next octave of A in the scale of A minor. So here are the notes in the scale of A minor. These notes, just like the major scale, have numbers that correspond to them to help when communicating with other musicians. And we'll talk more about these numbers and how they're used in future sessions, but here is the number assignment for these notes in the key of A minor. The interval pattern for the minor scale works just like the major scale and works in any key, so let's do the same example in the key of E minor. Here is the 12-note musical spectrum with the notes from E minor highlighted. Once again, you will find that the order of these notes match the interval pattern for the minor scale formula perfectly. Here are the notes again in the key of E minor. So now grab a piece of paper and try the pattern in a couple different keys. Remember to start with the entire 12-note musical spectrum and check a notation chart for your instrument if you are unsure of any notes. The minor scale is an extremely important tool because just like the major scale, it helps us to learn melody and chord structure and the relation of notes to other notes. Refer back to the examples to refresh your memory on the basics of the minor scale, and make sure to dig into the suggested exercises to help solidify your basic understanding of the minor scale.